This is my journey through macular degeneration. Today, I'm going to be talking about a couple of things as you get older, what you will go through with cataracts and secondary cataracts. I've had macular degeneration since my 40s, and I'm in my mid-60s now, and I've also had cataracts and at least one secondary cataract that I've had worked on, and probably will be another one that I'll have worked on. In 2014, my optometrist decided, because of my macular degeneration, that I needed to get my cataracts taken care of. He said, let's get you all the vision that we can right now so that you can use that vision, because he knew my cataracts weren't too bad yet, and I was not Medicare age yet, because if you're on Medicare, they have to be a certain level of ripeness, I guess you would call it, for cataracts, so that Medicare will approve for their removal. Well, at age 61, I had cataract surgery on both eyes. So I had implants put in both eyes for distance, and I saw very well. I had 20/20 vision in my right eye. Even with macular degeneration, I had blind spots still in the central part of my macula, called geographic atrophy. My left eye, best corrected vision, actually without even having glasses on, it was 20/30 at the time in 2014. So it was great. For about a year, I saw very well. Then the next year, I went to my optometrist, and he said, you know, I think you've got a secondary cataract, secondary membrane forming in that right eye. Well, what I've learned about the secondary membranes, first of all, when you have your lens is inside kind of a little capsule in your eye, and when they bust up the cataract, the other lens, your original lens that's in your eye, they bust it up and suck it out and put an implant in place of it. Many years ago, they didn't even do that. I remember going to church as a child and seeing people with Coke bottle type glasses on, and they had had cataract surgery. Well, I learned just in the last few years that when they had cataract surgery back then, no implants were put in, so the vision had to be corrected by eyeglasses. So when you had your cataract lens, the cataract covered lens taken out years ago, back in the 1950s, 1960s, I'm not sure how long after that too, they didn't replace it with a lens. You had to be corrected by glasses. Well, nowadays, they will put an implant in there that's supposed to last for a long time. Well, anyway, I had implants put in for distance vision. You could have implants put in where you have bifocal vision, where you can see near, intermediate, and far. You can have one eye for near and one eye for far distance. So you can have just about anything that you want as far as the implant goes. You can even have a toric implant in case you have astigmatism. Well, I have astigmatism, and I wear my glasses correct for that some. Well, anyway, 2014, like I said, I had cataract surgery a year later. My optometrist noticed that I was probably getting a secondary membrane growing, and the secondary membrane does not grow on the implant. So you don't get another cataract on the implant, as far as I know. The capsule that the implant is in gets cloudy. And what they have to do then, when it gets cloudy enough that it affects your vision, they use a laser called a YAG, Y-A-G laser. And what they do is they shoot a little hole in that capsule right behind the lens. They make a hole right there so that light can go through the lens and to the retina without going through that cloudy stuff. Well, this past summer of 2019, I had what I thought was a membrane that was really cloudy and foggy. And I'll tell you that those of you with retinal problems, you need to advocate for yourselves, because some of the retinal specialists will overlook the secondary membranes and think that even if you had a YAG laser done, that it's not going to improve your vision anyway because of your retinal problems. So they are looking at your geographic atrophy, your retinitis pigmentosa, your Stargardt's disease, diabetic retinopathy. They're looking at all sorts of things, and I guess they're depending on your optometrist to see this secondary membrane. And it can be seen when your eyes are dilated. I've been told that when your eyes are not dilated, you're just having your refraction exam every year for your glasses, that sometimes that secondary membrane, the cloudiness behind the implant, is not seen. Well, I went to my optometrist this past fall, and I said, you know what, my vision just has really gone downhill fast. It's not ever gone this fast with my dry macular. It's just been very slow. He got to looking and he said, well, Charlie, he says, you have a dandy secondary membrane there. He says, you could have a YAG laser done. Well, we got to talking about some other things, and at the end of the appointment, I said, yeah, let's get an appointment, get this YAG laser done. He said, really? You really want to do this? And I said, yes, I do. Later on, I don't know why he asked that question the way he did, but I'm thinking he's thinking that it wasn't going to help me any. Well, then I went to the specialist for the cornea, and the specialist that works on your cataracts and also does YAG lasers. He does cornea surgery and stuff like that. Well, anyway, he dilated me and looked at my retinas and looked at the capsule behind the implant. He's the one that had done my cataract surgery. He said, yeah, we can do a YAG laser, but it's not going to help you. And I said, well, I think it will, because my vision in the last several months has just gone downhill very quickly. And I really would like to get this YAG laser done, because I know my retinas, the geographic atrophy is growing, and I'll lose my central vision before long, but I want to keep what vision I have and be able to use what vision I have. And he said, okay, well, we'll try it, but I'm just not sure if that's going to help you very much. Well, had the YAG laser done in November, and it was like a miracle. I mean, I could see so many more things and so much clearer than I could before I had the YAG laser done. Oh, by the way, he did mention that I had a secondary membrane starting to form in my left eye. My left eye's central vision is pretty well gone. And I know he's going to poo-poo that off and say, oh, there's no use having the YAG laser done later on, because you don't have any vision in the central vision part of that eye anyway. But what he doesn't realize is the YAG laser that was done in my right eye also helps me tremendously peripherally. See, before I had the YAG laser, with that capsule that held the lens was all cloudy, it looked like I was looking through a fog, even with my peripheral vision. After the YAG laser, the peripheral vision was great too. So I'm going to keep advocating for myself when I go to my optometrist for him to check that left eye closely to see if I need a YAG laser in it. And I am going to really push for getting it done sometime, so that I can at least have good peripheral vision with that eye. And I know a lot of you that have videos on YouTube are in your 30s and 40s, and a lot of you with RP that are, communicating with people and have these groups going, trying to help other people, are young people right now. And you are not going through cataracts probably, but later on you'll go through cataracts like I have, and you will go through the similar situations where the doctors will say, well, your retinas are pretty well gone anyway, so there's no use me doing a YAG laser on you. Yes, there is hope there. I think that for some of you, it could really help you. And I just want you to know that, that you just have to advocate for yourself. And I know that there are doctors out there that really want to help you. And I know you guys that are really putting the word out on YouTube, and on your Facebook pages, and on the internet with your websites, and the low vision institutions that you go to and promote. That is just fantastic. But I wanted to talk about cataracts and secondary cataracts, and just tell some of the experiences that my experiences that I have had with that. Thank you for watching.